About this week, why don't we ever talk about the wall? Maybe the wall that was built by those who came before us was never sturdy to hold us in the first place. Maybe our brokenness is due to the fact that those that came before us never built something strong enough for us to stand on. It begs this question: can the systems built by those who came before us hold the weight of our generation? We've been trying to function in a system that those that came before us built. The system that we're building now will have to hold those that come after us, or they will find themselves broken. So we find ourselves walking around broken, and we have a problem. What do you do when the thing given to you was faulty in the first place? Let me paint a picture for you. They said get married or get money and you'll be happy. But you found out that it was faulty in the first place.
Keep going, preacher.
It wasn't actually a good source of happiness. What do you do when the church given to you was faulty in the first place, and it was more about looking apart than having a relationship with Jesus? What do you do when the relationships that you thought you needed were faulty in the first place? What do you do when the examples given to you were faulty in the first place? I want you to examine the walls that you were born into. Many of you are broken, not because of what you did, but because of how someone else didn't create a sturdy place for you. So you thought being a good husband looked a certain way. You thought being a good wife looked a certain way. You thought being a good parent or a good leader, it looked a certain way. You thought love looked a certain way based on the walls that were prepared by those who came before you. You thought being happy was found a certain way. You thought relationships were a mean to a certain end. You thought being a Christian looked a certain way, meaning it was one way at church but different at home. And you thought that's what Christianity was, because these are the walls that were built by those who came before you. Because they came before you and they built these systems that couldn't provide a steady place for you, because you never had a dad. Because you never saw a godly marriage exemplified. Because you never saw someone who found their own worth in Christ. Because you saw religion, but you never saw people fall in love with Jesus.